Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This time we circle back to something we've seen before in sort of a limited edition version to see a not so limited edition version of it. You may recall that we took a look at the South Korean releases for the Disney era films, including The Force Awakens, and this was their version sort of their initial 3D release. This is the 2D plus 3D Collector's Edition, and we saw this quite a while ago, how it had BB-8 and Rey with sort of a darkened nighttime version of that classic image there. Blu-ray 3D, Star Wars The Force Awakens with the English title here and then the Korean title underneath. 2D plus 3D Collector's Edition up there. Blu-ray 3D, Star Wars The Force Awakens with the Korean title. Lucasfilm, similar spine over here. Title on top. Specs and rating stuff there on the bottom. And how this was a nice thick slipcover, whereas inside you had Kylo, then there's a spine you could have seen through before, Rey, and then it folded open, so then there was also Finn, and inside you had your discs, right, with a similar background to the 3D Collector's Edition in the US with the ship going to hyperspace, of course, but then you had your updated film disc, bonus disc, and the 3D disc out of South Korea, which also came with the little folder, the little envelope, BB-8 sticker holding it closed, which included the limited edition card and a series of art cards. Again, we have seen these before. Well, I kept seeing a couple of different listings for this on places like Blu-ray.com, and it was sort of making me scratch my head like, what on earth am I looking at? Why do they keep listing this thing twice? Well, it turns out there is a similarly packaged version, or at least one with a similar cover, that was released later as a non-limited edition for those who missed it in its limited edition form, and I finally managed to track it down. So yes, there are two different versions of the 2D plus 3D Collector's Edition, one of which is a limited edition, the other of which is not. The one that is not is the new one to look at this time. Looks very similar here, just from the cover. 2D plus 3D Collector's Edition, Star Wars The Force Awakens, Korean title, Blu-ray 3D, a little brighter than they were previously, which is kind of nice, and this is a little bit smaller, gets a little more space up there at the top, so slightly rearranged, but not by very much. Blu-ray 3D, Star Wars The Force Awakens with Korean title, Lucasfilm. Same thing on the other side. No top or bottom because this is just a slipcover. The back here, just like the back here, notice it's still got legalese on it, still got the Falcon on it, but because there is no bottom, they had to move the UPC and all the information about the tech specs and the ratings to the actual back, which is a little more commonplace looking. Okay. Inside, though, it's not a slipcover from either side or a fold-out cardboard thing. Inside is a standard Blu-ray case, albeit clear. It's got the art here similar to that reissue we saw in the UK, which is the art that essentially was inside the black frame for the 3D Collector's Edition for the UK and the US. So, 2D plus 3D Collector's Edition, Star Wars The Force Awakens, Korean title underneath, Blu-ray and Blu-ray 3D. Okay. Spine, similar to what we just saw, Blu-ray 3D, Star Wars The Force Awakens with Korean title and Lucasfilm underneath. The back, Korean text, cast crew information, the image there of Kylo with Rey and Finn. UPC, the various symbols there, the rating symbols there, tech specs and everything down at the bottom. And inside, it is, what do you think? Same discs, different discs? Of course. Same discs. Film, bonus, 3D film. Same discs, similar outer packaging in terms of the look of the cover, the look of the spine, the look of the back, but a simplified, non-limited edition version that doesn't have it as sort of the cool fold-out cardboard stuff. There is a different image on the inside. You got that shot we don't even see in the film of what I believe is Maz handing Leia the Anakin slash Luke slash eventually Rey lightsaber there. Kind of a weird image choice from the trailer there. So if you were in South Korea and you didn't want to pony up for the limited edition, you could have waited a while and got your hands on the standard edition of essentially the same thing here. Everything with the packaging being the same. This one does not have the art cards, but if you didn't care about the art cards, this was a viable alternative. And if you're collecting these, of course, now you know what most of the websites with information on this don't actually show you why there are multiple listings for this. There's the big, thick one. That's the limited edition that has the fold-out cardboard type stuff inside. And there's the standard case with a slipcover regular version that both look nearly identical, at least from the outside. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.